Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of NHL 23 Franchise Mode, the New Jersey Devils on their quest for the Cup. It has been a while since I've jumped back into this particular franchise mode or even playing NHL at all online. Well, understandably, because we got caught up playing God of War. All right, so we are now in the 2030-2031 season. And last year, I forget where the Devils ended up. Like I said, it has been a while. But they didn't win the cup. That's all that matters. I'm pretty sure we went pretty deep into the playoffs, but unfortunately, nothing doing when it came to actually winning anything. And when it came to who we ended up picking up in the draft, I picked up several players, but actually, I picked up a lot of players. I got one, two, three. Yeah, ended up with 10 picks. A few elites, but nobody really like groundbreaking, like someone who's going to be huge. And that's because we went in there with a pretty low point in, like, we went well in the standings. So when it comes to the draft, you don't get the top picks. So we have a couple of issues coming up here. Kubatats and Landry both not looking stoked about re-signing or signing an extension. That might just mean that they want to. Well, usually in this game, when it says extension, no, it usually means they don't want to be on the team anymore. Oh man, look at this. A whole lot of our players don't want to come back. A whole bunch of our elite players don't want to come back. So this could be a bit of a mess when we get to the end of the season here. So, amongst people that we drafted, I did end up drafting Doyle and Ellington. As you can see, both elite high, so they may develop into something decent. They might take over for these players eventually. I don't know. We shall see. But once again, our current starting goaltender doesn't even want an extension, so that's ugly. I mean, he's our starter down in the AHL, but yeah, we're kind of in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, there's a lot of players that's not interested, but we'll see. Let's see how they do when we actually get into the season. They might change their minds, but all of that signing and re-signing and blah blah blah, that's all stuff I do offline anyway, because that's boring for a lot of people. And a lot of times, like, since I do this all live, I don't do it unedited. I don't do it edited, so I can't cut out all the in-between stuff, and I don't like doing a live stream where I'm just making snap decisions and, pouring through things. And since I have a salary cap to worry about, I can't just offer them whatever the hell they want. So, that is not the button I meant to hit. Let's get through preseason. Get a sense of false security. So far we're compliant. 5-2-0. But again, it's just preseason. That really doesn't mean anything. We don't have to worry about waivers right now. Already did our scouting assignments as usual. I do all that stuff before I even start a stream. I can't imagine we're going to have anything that's really... Yeah. It's too early to really get any real important information. All right. No. Actually, I haven't really paid much attention as to what I have in terms of draft picks coming up here. Let me check something real quick. Oof, I only have 3 draft picks this year. Perhaps I will make some moves and make some acquisitions. But am I going to really have to? I don't know. With players that are kind of being iffy about whether or not they want to stay, it's really going to come down to what we're doing coming into the playoffs. Like, do I trade away? Like, if it's not looking like we're playoff bound, do I trade away some guys and get some picks instead? I could do that, since I have all these dudes who don't want to stick around with the team anyway, and clearly are not going to want to stick around, and we're already 2-6-0, so that's not a good start for October. So far, they're not looking good this season, and Utica player, we don't worry about Utica. We'll let their coach handle all of that. Okay, good year for rookies. That's nice. All right, so we're starting to pick things up. So we're doing all right now, but not doing great. We're in a playoff position at this point, but as we all know, that doesn't matter much. All right, so any updates in the draft class? Do we have anybody who's a real standout that's been scouted so far? Now just the usual bunch of elite mediums. Any gems? Nope. All right, moving on. December. Oh, Jack Hughes is out for a little bit. That sucks. And here we have December, which is the traditional month of woe for the Devils. All right, well, we got 3 right wings on one line. Great. And how come... I guess it doesn't matter. That top line was doing all right. Chad Ray has a broken nose. That's not good, so let's bring up Kevin Ball. And his defensive pairing takes a hit. But, once again, that hit doesn't always stay. When you bring a player in that initially goes down and then they find chemistry somehow, so... All right, Hughes is ready to come back. Very good. I don't think that guy was even injured for real. Yeah, see? They figured it out. Let's get Ray back in there. Vanacek for a 5th rounder. That doesn't really do us any good. We've only got Vanacek for 1 more season, so. Another guy with a concussion. All right, aren't we doing swell? Oh, baller. All right, so we hit January. Doing a little bit better. Still sitting there in a wild card spot, so. But I was going to say a little bit better than I thought we would be doing. But I got a feeling that this is ultimately going to be. I'm not doing that deal. That's stupid. Muckamadulin. Wasn't aware that he was hurt to begin with. Alex Tuck for Davidson. No. Especially not if I'm giving up a 2nd round pick. My only 2nd round, I only got 3. I only have 3 picks. I'm not giving up 1. No, I'm not giving up Vanacek. Actually, I'm going to have to look at my crap. I'm going to have to look at my my list of who's up for trade bait, because if Vanacek's on there, I might have to take him off just because I'm not going to want 20 million offers. All right, any updates? Do we have anybody? No, I wanted to look at the thing, but I totally. I forgot that I had picked up Pat Colson, to be honest with you. Multiple players. And who are these multiple players? Okay. No. All right. Let me. A couple things real quick here. Let's. All right. So this is where we want to do a little more scouting. So. All right, so once again, if there's anyone who you see me take off like that, that's only because I want to add them at the end so they end up being the first person that gets scouted. So most of these players are getting scouted for a second time so we can get a more accurate report. All right, so now we're going to look at the bottom 20. All right, so he dropped down quite a bit. So maybe I don't want to bother with that guy. All right, so let's go back. We'll add those few players. All right. Estimated date, July. So we're not going to get all these guys scouted as much as we want, but that's okay. The main ones that we're looking for are going to be in the early rounds anyway, so really not a big deal. And I know this is the boring stuff, guys, but that's why I try to do most of this before I live stream, because I know it's not the coolest thing to watch. Sure. Good enough. All right. WHL. There's actually quite a bit to go with them. End of February, end of March, end of February. All right, so you know what? I think we'll go to the end of February and we'll see. Not a whole lot of players in the U.S., East or West. That's something that in the future, I mean, these are always wish lists. They never get answered. But it's something that I really hope that they do a little bit better with is, like, with these territories and where they're placing guys, like, there's more and more and more players coming out of the U.S., and yet it's like, if it's not U.S. Central, it's East and West, like, hardly has anyone ever being scouted. which is, kind of ridiculous. Same thing with the DEL. Like, we hardly see any German players. I mean, here we have, like, potentially this player here, Tobias Banach, might go first overall, which is cool and all, but, other than that, like, they have two guys that might make the first round, and then everybody else is just like whatever, but it's just a handful of players. Now, I know the DEL isn't, like, huge when it comes to, bringing players in, but they are getting bigger. Like, they're starting to become, oh wow, one person to scout. But I mean, they are legitimately becoming a country that is providing more players that are potential for the NHL. So why ignore them? Especially, by the way, well, hold on, I gotta sneeze. But especially when you're talking about how one of the big things that they did with the game this year was they allow you to create a league of up to 48 teams. Well, with 48 teams, man, what am I allergic to? Am I allergic to rambling? Maybe that's a problem here. But, you can make 48 teams, but when you're playing through a franchise mode, say you have 48 teams there, that's 48, that's an addition of 16 more teams that you're drafting from. So, like, spread it out a little bit more. Allow more players from these countries. Like, it's kind of... It's kind of absurd, honestly, that... And what's weird is, like, there's always been less for the DEL. But now it's like they're also knocking down on how many are available from Russia, just because of the whole nonsense going on overseas, which is understandable. I'm not saying it's not understandable, why they would do that. But at the same time, like, we have an entire demographic of, a place that is very, very big for, hockey players, and yet, like, developing hockey players. And just because we're having some issues with them politically, we're in the game suddenly not going to... no, this does me no good at all. I essentially give them my starting goaltender. All I get out of it is a round 3 pick, and that's it. So, nah. Davidson, no. Since we're currently sitting outside of the playoffs, it looks more like I could trade one of these players who doesn't want to come back and try to get a first-round pick out of it from a team that's hurting. So we'll see. No. Yeah, I think right now we're going to be kind of a very middling team. We're going to be very middle of the road. Look at the Kraken in first place over there. All right, so see, now we can go in here and we can play around with the WHL and all that. I'll do 20 out of each. By the way, this guy he plays two positions: goalie or goalie. The hell is that all about? This guy only plays goalie. Goalie or goalie. Come on, NHL. Come on, EA Sports. What are you doing? What is this silliness that you're doing here? All right. Mapletoft. That's 10. There's 20. You know what? I don't need to look at that guy. I also don't need to look at him. I'm probably not going to be able to see all these guys anyway, because look, it's not going to get done until August. So several of those players I'm probably never going to see. But who cares? There's 6th and 7th round picks at this point, so it really doesn't make that big of a difference. All right, NHL Central, NHL USA Central. Yeah, so we're not going to get through all of these, but that's all right. It's rare that you get a 6th or 7th round pick that really turns out to be anything. About the best chances of anything being a real steal is a goaltender. Like you might end up with a goaltender who, you know, it's like, oh wow, this guy's actually going to be something, but it's not often. That's right. Keep looking at that one player. All right there, Russia. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, because once again, it used to be Russia was one of those you needed like 2 scouts for, and sometimes the scouts were overloaded, and you didn't even have enough with 2 to get a good scouting report at least. Nah, not that guy. Cronwall. All right, so we have even the SHL. Yeah, there's not a lot of players being created, I guess. Because even the SHL should be more loaded than that. But what I was saying before, like, you know, again, when you've got a game that's offering you 48 team leagues, It's like you need more players. I don't know. I think I was just kind of bitching for the sake of bitching. All right, this guy, who cares? For some reason, I thought there were more than two. Maybe there were three, and that one guy I didn't care about. Yeah. All right. Good enough. And then I didn't mean to do that. And then from here on, it's just going to be a matter of individual scouting assignments if I see anybody that I really want to get looked into. Jack Hughes, 49 points. $78 points. It was his best year so far. He should be doing better than that, I think. He's on a good line. I don't know why. Maybe just because the team sucks. I don't know. All right, so speaking of this, so I've got a couple of ideas for a little franchise mode thing. After the whole idea is I just want to play this out until the Devils win the Cup, if I can ever get them to win the Cup. One of the ideas that I have, and I just want to say this and then we'll go back into the sim, is a draft to glory playthrough, but I want to do something where I was thinking of either only being like having to draft giants, where I can only draft players who are 6'4" or taller. If they don't match that height requirement, I cannot draft them. Or do something like I can only draft players out of a certain region. Like I can only draft players from the Nordic region. Or maybe I can only draft Germans, or I can only draft Russians. And just basically like that just be my entire team. And if that's the case, I'll probably just go through it with no salary cap and, you know, whatnot. I don't know. It's an interesting idea to me. And then the other thing would be I'm going to do the 48-team league. And we'll see how that pans out because I'm curious. But I think the draft for glory idea could be, oh shit, hold on. What does my trading block look like? Well, I'm not going to have him on there. Why would I not want... And future picks, why would I not want a first round pick offered? Like, that's so stupid. What other teams are currently slumming it? Blues, Penguins, Bruins, Islanders. Let me write this down. Because we are not going to be in a good position. So the question is, would I be able to get all right, their first round pick? What would it take? They're not interested in getting rid of this, which I didn't think they would be, but you never know. Sometimes something crazy happens. All right, Pittsburgh. I just want to see if I can convince any teams to bite on possibly moving the first. If I have any assets that they would go for. So far, no. That doesn't do me any good at all. I'm giving up a second round pick to gain a second round pick and give up a prospect. That's a stupid idea. Man, nobody wants to give up their first rounds. Not that that's shocking. It just, the only thing that just tells me is that I don't have any players that anyone's really chomping at the bit to get on their team, which makes it clear that I'll have a fucking issue with getting somebody else. Like trying to make any trades happen. Yo, what's up, Albert? I was like, look who's back. Yeah, holiday weekend and everything else, super busy. So I figured I'd jump on here, do a little bit of this, and then I'm gonna jump back off. They're not gonna. So none of these teams in the top 10 so far seem interested in. That really sucks. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, and I should say that to everybody else too. Like, hope everybody had a good holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy whatever it is that you celebrate or don't celebrate. Happy Sunday. And they're not going to give theirs up either. All right, St. Louis, can I possibly interest you? Now, hold on, I got to actually propose a trade. No, my Christmas was fine. I didn't really do anything substantially amazing or whatever. My mom came up to visit. I made dinner. We just hung out. That's about it. All right, I'm not giving up my first round pick because that's actually. All right, I got a couple of goaltenders. I hate to lose him. Um. Oh, so they'll have too many players, huh? All right, well, do I have anything in the pipeline that could possibly interest them? Doesn't really look like it. You had a chill Christmas? That's good, dude. Yeah, the worst is when you end up having like some crazy, like, stressful. Up, being made an offer. Swap second round picks, gain a third round pick, give up on. Mm, no, Nashville's worse off than we are right now. That just means I get a better second round pick, but I really don't like that offer. Ah, now this I can go for this. As much as I like Kevin Ball as my extra defender, he is indeed an extra defender, and to get one extra second round pick could be helpful. All right, so we're going to give up on Kevin Ball. Sorry, buddy. But we're sending you away and we're giving up a second round pick. I've got so many defensemen in the pipeline, that doesn't really hurt. Howard says, unfortunately, my brother, while being a good dude, he's kind of a bad attitude towards Christmas. Doesn't want to sing, hates Christmas movies, and just, yeah, towards the end, I kind of to find a fun movie to watch while both my mom and bro looked at their phones. Yeah, it's kind of lame. I'm not giving you Brett, so you can forget that. I am definitely not giving Jesper Bratt to the Rangers. Like, we are not making a trade with the Rangers. That is not happening. All right. Can we steal your first round pick? I doubt it. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me see what I can get. Let's look at St. Louis first. Let me see if I can get their second round picks, because if their second round picks, they don't want to give that up, so whoops. Florida is willing to give up their second round pick for next year to get mine from this year, and that is not going to happen. So no. Okay. Well, in other words, I'm going to have to finagle something here. Because I know trying to get their first round pick is just not going to, that is not going to pan out. I have most of my picks for next year, so that's good. I just don't have a second because I just traded that away. Whoop. You want to swap seconds, get my fifth for next year, for a third for next year. Let me see something here. I don't know why everyone's going after this player here. I don't even know how I have this guy. I think I just picked him up on... Well, I was going to say, are you going to take me out of figuring out something here? Get him off the board. Because I don't think I don't want to give him up. But you know, they're older than me and they have more serious stuff in their lives. So I kind of get, they were tired, so I was just ready to hang out until late. Well, still, you know, the whole idea is that you're getting together with family, and if they're more interested in staring at their phones, that kind of sucks. Chucko. There's always Chucko. Here's another grinder. Look, and he's younger. Oh, wow, that's actually, that value shot up. So just for that, can I also get your third for this year? And your second from next year? Now they're going to say, you're out of your mind. Oh, wow, they went for it. Holy shit, okay, cool. All right. Nice. Yeah, so I really didn't give up much other than Kevin Ball. All right, so I don't think there's anything else to do because I'm not going to have enough time to really figure out. We'll wait these last 20 seconds and see if there's some other crazy offer that gets thrown our way, but I highly doubt it. And then we're going to have to go into our lines, edit our lines, because I don't think EA fixed the problem where when you come out of the trade deadline that it rearranges all of your lines on you. So I'm going to have to play with that. I'm going to have to bring up a defenseman to sit there as my my extra, my scratched player. We're almost out of the trade deadline. So that's about the most active I've been with this this series so far. Because usually I don't do anything in the when it comes to the trade deadline. I don't usually bother. So Kevin Ball. They got my 2020 or 2032 pick, so that's fine. All right. Now, how screwed up are our lines? Okay, I gotta remember where I had everybody. I had Holtz. Wait, hold on. First of all, why is Holtz listed as a Podkolson? I know I had him here. I don't remember if that was a line that I had. I know I had Holtz up here. I can't imagine him being... Hold on, what did you say? What did I get for Toby? I got him a bag of socks, 2 pairs of jeans, and a New Jersey Devils Jack Hughes alternate jersey, authentic jersey. It was the black alternate jerseys. All right, so he actually fits worse over here. I should have taken a look at what my lines were before, because now... Yeah, Vanacek, it was not my starting goalie. I thought he was. I forgot that I had Luukkonen. Vanacek, I could have traded him, but at the same time, Albert says, I got underpants, socks, a nice pan, and a pot. Nice. See, it's funny the things that you value more when you get older. You pretty much suck? Dude, trust me. Those are the things you're going to want more than anything else. All right. I wasn't aware that Kunitz was hurt. And he wasn't. Yeah, I didn't exactly like get a ton of stuff either. I got an Alexa Echo from my mom, which I'm not complaining about. It's just a matter of I really don't know what to do with it, so I'm trying to figure the thing out. All right, so 3 gems. What else did I get? I got a set of gaming dice, which are really cool. And that was it. But once again, my Christmas was about getting together with family and just having a nice relaxed day and just spending time with each other. And I get more of a kick out of making dinner for everybody than anything else. So that's honestly all I really cared about. Victor Mete. You know what? Let's take a look at him. Overall 79. You know what? We are going to grab him. We're going to put him in as our extra defenseman, since we ended up trading away Kevin Ball. So hang on a second here. Let's move him up. Okay, perfect. Don't get Francois hurt, please. Oh, you got $70 from your uncle? Hey, there you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's for damn sure. You're saying, and you're right, it's about getting together. Me and my brother made a deal to not gift each other. Yeah, and actually, I had told my mom not to get anything for me, and she did. She did anyway, of course, because she's got to be a mom. But I was like, times are tough right now. There's no need to be spending money. So I see Christmas as kind of annoying in that we feel obligated to go out and buy a ton of stuff for people, just for one day, which is really ridiculous. Instead of and I've had this discussion with many people, including my mom, multiple times over this, if somebody needs something and I can afford to get it for them, I just get it. Or if I see something that's like for instance, oh, Toby would like this, I'll just get it. I don't think, I think it's kind of dumb for people to be so stuck on, it's Christmas, you have to get all kinds of stuff for Christmas, and then you end up going broke at Christmas time because you just spent a huge wad of money out of obligation. I think that's dumb, and I don't think there's anything wrong with exchanging gifts, obviously. Oh my God, we made the playoffs. We made the playoffs. How did we pull that off? You're saying, I feel a bit weird to not gift him, but he admitted to me that he hates getting gifts in general, so we made the deal. It's not fun to gift someone when they don't care, and definitely not fun to receive when I know he hates bothering to get a gift. Yeah, so that's, to me, like I said, that's the whole thing. It's, it's more important, to be doing things for people during the year all the time instead of just, saving it up for one specific day. And if you're religious, which I'm not, but if you're religious, that's not even supposed to be the focus of the holiday anyway. So it's kind of silly. Oh, we didn't make the playoffs? I guess did we get bumped out of the playoffs at the last second? Yes, we did. Oh, well, never mind. I guess, sucks for us. What about Utica? Did Utica make the postseason? All right, well, at least Utica made it, which they tend to do. Let's see if the Utica Comets can do anything special. They win game 1. They're 1-0. Now they're 1-1. 2-1. 3-1. And they take the first round. That's nice. Hold on, you know what we can do? Actually, I don't know if I can do this. No, I can. How was Victor Mete? 32. I feel like he's going to supplant a player that I drafted, so I'm kind of... All right, now, I was going to possibly move Mete down, but you know what? Nah, not going to do that. Albert says, it's funny how it changes because I love getting gifts for people and seeing their reaction. I got my mom a nice watch last year, and she loved it. I love that. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it's cool to... It's, it's seriously, once you're not a kid anymore, it is better to give than it is to receive. Like, because that's the thing. Like, for me, if there's something I want, I can just get it. And if somebody decides to get me a gift and it's not on Christmas, to me, that means more. Because it means, oh, they were actually thinking of you. Or if you had mentioned that you need something and they get it for you. Like I was like, mentioned recently, like I need a mandolin for slicing potatoes and whatnot. And it's like, so if somebody randomly got me that, it'd be like, oh shit, they were listening. Like that would be super extra special and cool. But I'm not going to sit there dropping hints trying to get people to get me that for Christmas or get it for my birthday, which is next Sunday. Like I don't. That's freaking selfish in my opinion. So anyway, Utica loses the first game of round 2, but they tie it up. So they're back to 1-1. They take the lead. They're 2-1. 3-1 as they take a win in overtime. We're going to find out if they won the series yet or not. Okay, no surprises. Any more gems other than the ones we've already looked at? No. Okay, so we got a second rounder here. Let's look at them one more time. Look at them one more time. Shut down. Interesting. Oh, they lost. So they're 3-2. I was saying also, if you give someone a gift just because, they will never forget that and they will like you more. Well, yeah, I mean, because yeah, exactly. It goes into what I was saying. It's, it's something that it's a surprise and it means that they were actually thinking of you and there was some real thought and not just what can I get them for Christmas? What can I get them for their birthday? What can I, you're then equating a gift that you got with a date instead of equating a gift you got with the person who gave it to you because it meant something. That looks like they won that round. So Utica moves on to the third round, to their conference finals, taking on the Abbotsford. No, Springfield. We're playing Springfield. I was looking at the Manitoba Moose. All right, so let's see. Do they get through the conference finals? They win game 1. Game 2 is another victory. Game 3 is another victory. Game 4, it's a sweep. They sweep the conference finals. In the meantime, the Devils are sitting at home, aggravated again. And we're watching the Moose and Abbotsford fight it out. We are going to play Abbotsford. All right. Let's get into this. We are back to the Calder Cup Finals. Can we win the Calder Cup again? Our NHL team may be failing left and right in its efforts to win the Stanley Cup, but our AHL team seems to do very well in the playoffs because we've always got great draft picks playing there, developing, but then they come to the NHL and then they go into a system that can't win. All right, how do we do? Game 1 is a loss. Game 2 is a win, tied up 1-1. Game 3, we get an injury and a loss, so we're 1-2. Game 4 is a victory, 2-2. Game 5, another win as we kill them 4-0. Game 6 is a loss, and we're going into Game 7. You're saying, dude, you have a good sports commentator voice? I don't know about that. Thank you for the compliment, but let's see what goes through. Let's sim through the period. 1-0 so far. Let's get through the second period. 2-1. Whoops. How do I get into the game?